Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about AI and its usage in game development pipeline. My friends, AI has grown by leaps and bounds in the last few months and the progress is extremely rapid. In fact, this entire video I'm dedicating to AI because it is very important to talk about this at this stage. What can be done, what can't be done, and what to expect in the future. So before I get started, I actually want to quickly remind you that I had hosted a AI game development bootcamp wherein I used a couple of AI tools to create a basic game. So this was a week-long bootcamp divided into 3 sessions of 2 hours each. So within just 6 hours, I created a basic game like Age of Empires. And it included everything from the graphics to the core logic, core mechanic to the game design document, every single thing crammed into just 6 hours. So if you want to check that out, link is in the description. It is a whole lot of fun and you will not be able to imagine what all we were able to achieve in that 6 hours of bootcamp. So please go ahead, check it out. And now let's come back to the topic. Now let's talk a little bit about AI. What is AI's usage in game development and how is it going to completely change the development landscape? So first and foremost, usage of AI should not be treated as a bad thing. Yes, definitely it is going to disrupt a lot of jobs, but what it is going to do is it is going to enable creativity to grow extremely rapidly. Of course, when it comes to like the entire demand and supply concept, there is going to be a whole lot of new supply of even mediocre quality games coming out in the picture. However, there will be few number of people who will actually use AI in a proper capacity to churn out meaningful content. Now, at the end of the day, video games are made for people, right? People are going to play games. Actual real humans are going to play games. So using AI, whatever games you are going to make, they are going to be played by humans only. AI is not going to sit and play those games, right? AI can be used as a tool to create games, but the consumption will happen only by humans. So the opportunity for game developers still exists out there. You can still create amazing quality games and you can still expect people to play them, and you can still expect an entire monetization cycle out of it. So you don't really have to worry about what is going to happen in the future. If you are able to use AI in a proper capacity, then you will be able to make games at a much faster rate. Imagine today you have AI tools to do almost anything that you can imagine. Let me just give you a few examples. Writing down a game design document consumes time, right? Writing down each and every word, each and every sentence, coming up with those frameworks and coming up with those mechanics consumes some time. Let's say, for example, if you come up with an idea for a game, the first thing that you do is write down a game design document. Now that is going to take you at minimum 1 or 2 days time. Okay, at minimum. Like take for example any simple game that you want to come up with. You have to think about it. You have to think about the core mechanic. You have to think about a lot of other aspects. With AI tools, you can do that in a matter of a few hours or even a matter of a few minutes, right? You can come up with an entire game design document and you can feed the information to AI that this is what I want to achieve, and your AI tool will completely give you that entire game design document. I have done this and the process is fantastic. It's beautiful. Second step wherein you can save time is concept art. Now concept art, I would agree that a lot of artists will be mad with this statement, but concept art is something that is used as a visual reference in internal pipelines to get an idea of what the game is going to look like or how the environment is going to look like. With the help of some AI tools, you can now generate concept art in a matter of a few seconds. Now, this does not mean that the artist is eliminated completely. An artist can actually very well use these AI tools, to generate concept art and rework on the art itself. You rework on the files, rework on the images, or add their own creativity to it. It is basically just going to help them speed up their own process. So the role of concept art will still exist, but that concept art needs to know prompt engineering, and prompt engineering is something that is fantastic. Like prompt engineering is literally you knowing what to type so that you can get an output from the computer. It is now as simple as talking to the computer and getting output. We are existing in one of the most finest times to be out there. This is the best time to be alive as a content creator, as someone who wants to make the most out of creating a unique creation. The next thing that I can talk about in terms of AI usages, I recently stumbled upon Google AI Studio. which actually also allows you to screen capture. And while you're sharing your screen, you can tell the tool that this is what I'm doing, this is the problem that I'm facing, help me identify how I can fix it. This is Google AI Studio. Okay, you can go over here from this website called aistudio.google.com. Okay, and each of these tools, by the way, you can use in your day-to-day lives to make your process more easier. Now see what I'm going to do. You will be completely blown away with what AI is able to do today. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my entire screen, okay, with Google. Allow visiting. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to the AI. Yeah, so now what I want is I'm hitting the play button and I have my resources generating over here. I can click on this character, I can go around, I can then click on any resources. I want you to suggest me some of the interesting features that can be implemented simply. I have the town center, I can place this town center on my screen, but I want you to tell me more features about this. I gave it a prompt saying that I want, like this was my prompt, okay? Hear this. I can go around. I can then click on any resources. I want you to suggest me some of the interesting features that can be implemented simply. I have the town center. I can place this town center on my screen, but I want you to tell me more features about this. What can I do? Okay. So this was my prompt to AI. I was literally showing my screen and I was talking to the AI. And then after reviewing all of this AI studio generated an audio like this.
You could add features like gathering resources, constructing buildings, and training units. You could also implement a technology tree to unlock new abilities and structures.
How cool is this? And trust me, once you start using AI properly and meaningfully, you will genuinely not be able to go back to the traditional pipelines of workflow. Now, this does not mean that your foundational knowledge goes to waste. Not at all. In fact, your foundational knowledge needs to be even more stronger in order to be able to use AI effectively. Like, let's say, for example, if you're working on programming, you're writing some sort of a code, you need to know the core concepts. You need to know probably maybe like what an abstract class is, how to implement them. You need to be able to debug where your problems are. You need to understand the core concepts of what is inheritance and all of that aspect, right? But once you sit with an AI, once you start generating all this code, you will see how effectively you will be able to just identify and debug all these issues. And even if you run into any issues, you will be able to ask AI that this is the problem that I'm facing. Tell me the solution. It is basically having an intern work for you, a much smarter intern than you, to give you all the solutions, right? It is just fantastic. And in recent times we've started using AI tools a lot within our own company as well. And I can say that a lot of our internal processes that were taking a long amount of time have become extremely short now. So if you are not using AI in today's age and time, it is genuinely a crime to miss out on this amazing technology. I'm telling you, accept it or not, like it or not, AI is going to replace and disrupt a lot of the traditional game development pipelines. Take, for example, Google's latest VO3. VO3 model helps you generate photorealistic videos. You will not be able to tell if a video is generated using AI or is actually shot. There have been some fantastic examples. Now, take this use case in the case of video game cutscenes. Video game cutscenes ideally require you to do extensive motion capture, hire studios, and have like actors act out that entire sequence. Cut all of that crap. Now, with the help of just a few prompts, you will be able to feed an AI tool your art style. You will be able to tell AI tool what sort of video to generate, and you can then use that as a cutscene inside your game. It's as simple as that. There are n number of use cases to use AI in your game development pipeline, and it is just unbelievable for you to miss out on these processes. So please, my only request is, if you are starting in the world of game development, ensure that you are learning and picking up AI tools, and make sure that you are not missing out on the core knowledge. Of course, foundational knowledge is definitely needs to be there. Okay, there's no two questions about it. But power that foundational knowledge with the use of AI, and trust me, you will be irreplaceable. If you know how to use AI in today's age and time, your job is completely secured. And especially for entrepreneurs, this is the best time to be alive, because you get to bring your ideas to life in a matter of a few days or in a matter of a few hours. You get to see your minimum viable product out in the market at a much quicker pace than what you traditionally could earlier. So please, once again, make the most out of AI tools, research the hell out of the entire AI landscape, and try to come up with some amazing content out there. And do not worry, consumption is still going to be there. People are still going to want to play new games, want to watch new movies. The only thing is, where it was taking you significant amount of time, it is going to take you significantly less number of time to come up with something unique, come up with something amazing. So that's it for this video. Let me know down in your comments that what are your thoughts on the usage of AI in specifically game development, because I focus more on game dev. If you like this video, hit the like button and feel free to share this video as well with your friends in game development industry. My name is Nikhil Malankar. I'm the founder and CEO of Game Studios. We're a game development studio based in the city of Mumbai, and I make content around games and game development on YouTube. That's it for this one. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, take care.